Okay, everyone, I thought I would check in on Georgia really quick, and this was the first article that came up, of course. Everything is racist and everything is against black people and minorities, I guess, but whenever this argument is made, it is always the same shit. Voter ID. Like, that's all this article really is. Strict election rules, but the only election rule they cite is an ID because some people can't afford them. But if they're fixing it to make it to where, you know, everyone can have a free ID, which I agree. I agree. Why wouldn't you have an ID? But, it makes no fucking sense because you have to have an ID to buy alcohol and get a driver's license and get a bank account. But for voting, it's racist, but everything else, it's fine. So, just really quick, where was it at? Okay. Gosh dang it. Apparently, it's all Republicans' fault. There was a thing where they took a whole bunch of voters off who didn't vote in 9 years. But so I'm just going to come to my main point, what I thought. Oh, they were bitching. Here's this one. The state requires voters to register 29 days before. That's a long fucking time. That's plenty of fucking time. I don't get it. And then this person says counties don't always process the registrations. Well, that's on the fucking county. That has nothing to do with the fucking person registering. But what I find hilarious, okay, so with the election and the way the Supreme Court ruled, because the Constitution allows states to make their own fucking voting procedures and voting rules. So then what does this fucking article say? Counties expand the number of early voting sites in November. It's been curbed in some areas for the runoffs. And it says Georgia's elections are largely administered on a county level, which means everything from early voting hours to number of voting sites can vary greatly across the state. Well, boo fucking who? Now they're just making it, it's basically the state then allowing the counties to make their fucking own rules, which is the exact same fucking concept of the Supreme Court letting the states make their own fucking rules. This is the hypocrisy that the left and the right on other issues do, and it pisses me off because it's never good enough on one level versus the other. It has to be their way on different levels for different things, and it pisses me off. So for them to bitch about the county hours, boo fucking who? Fix your fucking state. But you notice they're not talking about the Georgia state constitution that states if you weren't eligible for the fucking primary, you're not supposed to be allowed to vote in a runoff.